All right, the first thing you want to do is go to Photoshop, open file, go to the shared Google Drive file. There should be 4 files or 3 files in there, sorry. You want to open up all 3 of them. The first thing we're going to use is the 2 hikers. So you want to do that one first, but you can go ahead and open up the other 2 items. Just go back to open, file, open up the leaning tree, and go back up to file, open, and open up the landscape, flat landscape. Then you have all 3 ready to go. But before you do anything else, okay, first click on the hikers. All right, that's what we're going to mess with first. As you can see, all 3 just by clicking the different tabs. But the first thing we need to do is we need to save this file on your desktop instead of saving it in the shared Google Drive. So the first thing you need to do is go back up to File and then go Save As, and then change the name to your name, and then put Selection Assignment or Selection Projects. And then you want to make sure that it's not saved where it says where. That's where you need to put desktop, Google Drive documents. I don't care where you save it. I'm going to save it in the desktop. And mine right now says it's saving as a JPEG. You want to save it as a Photoshop right now. That way if it messes up, we can get back to it. Okay, so then you're going to go back to Save and Save As. It would actually probably be a good idea for you to go ahead and save those other 2 files, the leaning tree and the landscape one, into your own shared file instead of saving them into, because you'll forget when you get to it, but I may remind you. But go ahead and stop and pause this and save just like we did the previous one, and save those into your documents. Okay, now we are going to select just one of the hikers. We're going to select this guy first. So the first thing I want to do is kind of zoom in and out. Remember, you can zoom in and out by holding Alt and the plus and the minus key, or Alt and scroll up and down. We want to get the quick selection tool, or yeah, the quick selection tool, and you'll see my cursor is really small. So to enlarge that, you can use the bracket keys. And the bracket keys are in the upper right hand corner. And open the right side bracket will enlarge it, and the left side bracket will decrease it. Or you can go to the brush size and change it that way. But you want to get a decent size, and then we want to select this image as best as we can. Now, you're going to end up getting some areas that you don't want. I'm going to show you how to get rid of those here in a minute. So I want to select it the best that I can. And then to get rid of some of these areas, you go to the minus. You subtract. You can go up to the top to subtract and go back and forth, and then that will pull it out. Or you can go to, you can hold down on your Alt key. If you just hold down on the Alt key, that will automatically go to a minus. So you want to go back and forth, add in some areas, and take out some areas until you get the selection the way that you want it. Don't worry about these areas right around in here. I'm going to show you a different way on how you can select those with a quick selection mask here in a minute. So go ahead and get everything selected as best as you can. Once you do that, you're going to come over here to this quick selection mask or mode. It looks like a little camera down, and if you click on it, it's going to turn everything red that is kind of masked out or not selected. And you're going to see there's some open areas that we need to kind of mask. So to do this, you need to be in brush mode. You need to be black and white in brush mode. So click on the brush, and then make sure you have black and white. You can go to this icon to click on it, it defaults to it. You also want to make sure that you are in the normal brush mode up at the top in the options menu. And then if you click on it, if you see when you click, go back before I'll scroll up, but when I'm in the black mode, okay, it will mask over some areas. And then when I'm in the white mode, so I'm going to flip these arrows, there's the white, and it'll take away some of the mask. So if you go over too far, use the white. If you need to cover over some areas that you didn't get masked, go back to the black. So go back and forth and kind of clean up some of these edges. You're probably going to have to zoom in really, really far. And like I said, make sure you're on normal up here in the mode. We're going to talk about some of the other things here later. You can change your brush size this way. You want to make sure your hardness is probably solid, not a soft. And then, like I said, you can change the size here or by using those open and closed brackets. So you want to zoom in and out of here and change and go back through and kind of fill in the mask the best you can. So if you had some little areas that you missed or the quick selection tool did not fix, like in between here, then you just go back through and fill it in. So you need to do that right now. Get it as close as you can. Like I said, zoom in as far as you need to, change your brush tool, get it as close as you can. If you go over a little, it's probably not going to hurt it a lot because I'm going to show you how to touch up on some things too. But you'll notice the more you zoom in, the more pixelated it is. That's Photoshop. Photoshop works with pixelated images. The Illustrator is not pixelated. That's why it's a vector image. It is not pixelated. So we want to just fill these all in. So you are to do that right now in your whole video. And then once you can get that completed, go to the next video and I'll show you how to do the next feature.